Hey everybody, Scorpion here. So this is going to be a video on breaking down a flat screen monitor as far as what's in it. Somebody in the community asked, is it worth your time? Probably not. But again, your choice. It's up to you. There is a high grade peripheral board in it and a power board, and most of the time you can get it out pretty easily and pretty fast. I haven't torn one of these down in a little while, so it might take me a few minutes, but we'll see. But yeah, so this video, it's just tearing down a flat screen monitor for a computer. And understand, your flat screen computer monitors are the same thing as your flat screen TVs, unless, you know, well, I mean, there's different types. You've got LED, you've got plasma,
basically flat screen or CRT.
yeah, pretty much your flat screen TVs, it's the same stuff in them, just to a bigger scale. So y'all stick around and I'll show you what's in this one.
Rock bottle on the track, boy.
Alright, so normally most of the prep work is done because we ripped the wires and all out and off of them. I mean, the power wire on each one of them is worth, I'd say, at least $1 in scrap value. The stands, they're a pain. And half my screwdrivers and stuff have been moved, so y'all bear with me here. Some of these stands can be a real pain to take off. Most of them aren't that bad. A couple screws and they normally come right on off of there. This goes in shred. It's full of metal on the inside. Scrap pup, what are you doing? Your cords, we got a little sloppy with this one. Yeah. Somewhere. I wonder if that'll fit. A lot of people don't know screwdrivers fit in these. Screwing right out of there. Let's turn y'all down a little bit. There you go. So if you can't grab them quick with your fingers, stick a screwdriver in it. Your wires, of course, the rest of it's already gone. This right here, I cut these off and put them in shred. They're quite heavy, they add up fast. The rest of the wire, this wire normally I just drop and drop cord because it's basically like drop cord, and you can see the pins have gold in them. So that goes as gold ends to board sort. Not worth shipping, but does add up if you're making a trip up there and you got a box or two of it, and make a couple extra bucks. Alright, so each one of these things comes apart differently. I've seen some that are fairly easy and some that are a real pain in the backside. So it just kind of depends upon who made it and what year it was made as to how hard it is. That one was super easy, which doesn't happen often. Most time I just grab a hold of them and just rip them apart. Alright, so we always a bunch of screws to take out. I'm gonna give y'all a tip on these too. It does depend upon your scrapyard whether you can get away with it or not. or possibly how much scrap you're hauling in a load. Alright, so you got some wires, some more wires. This is your push button for your buttons on the front. Little silver contacts in there if it's something you want to go after. Now you got some more wires. So this screen, if you finish taking the screen apart, is going to have a bulbs running down this side and running down this side. That produces the light for the actual screen to work. Just cut the wires off, take your wires. Don't worry about trying to open it up to get the little bit of wire that's left inside. It's not worth it. I don't care what type of scrap you are, it's not worth it. If I say it's not worth it, you know it's not worth it.
Yeah, them hobby scrappers, you never know.
No, even as a hobby scrapper, you're just gonna cut your fingers and say a bunch of bad words and for not even a penny. Alright, so since we're here with the screen, and my small screwdrivers have ran away. So let's see if I can do it this way. So this side of all of your screens, this is your high dollar board. They don't weigh crap, okay? But this is a high dollar board. It's a high grade peripheral board. Takes a whole lot of them to amount to anything at all. Let's see if I can just rip it open. There we go. So there's that piece. Careful, this stuff is sharp. It's not stainless steel. So this little board right here is your high grade board. So all of these connections across here is gold plated wire. You may want to cut those off. Again, depends upon the person. But this is your board. This is high grade peripheral. See all the gold that's on there? It's loaded in it. It would be my opinion, whoever I send these to is making out good on these with all the gold that's on there and the fact that they really don't weigh anything. All that gold plating, even the pins in here, it's got gold. It's got an IC flat, well, it's got a flat pack. Some of the other chips that I can't recall. It's got an IC chip up here. But this is your high grade peripheral, pretty good pay for them. But like, it takes like half a 55-gallon drum of them to actually start to produce any type of actual weight. They're that light. So, is it worth it? Probably not. If you're recovering your own gold, yes, I'd say yes. Snap snap the chip off right there, break it in half, drop it in solution, get the green mask off because it's coated all the way. Then drop it in solution to take the gold off. Worth it, definitely. Now, the trick I was going to tell y'all, this right here, metal, I throw it in the shred. Normally I'm dumping trailer loads, dump trailers at a time. So 5 or 6 of these are in here, nobody says anything. I've actually gotten away with dumping a whole trailer load with nothing but these. But there's some weight here, adds up fast. So I drop it over in the shred. Will your yard let you get away with it? I don't know. But I do it my yard, so yeah. All right, so the rest of the goodies. And this is where most of the rest of your weight is for the TV. There's only like 3 parts: the screen, the gut, I guess we could call it the stomach or the back, I don't know, whatever, of the TV, and then the stand. That's your main parts that have any actual weight to them. So, sometimes those do not want to fall out. Sometimes one of these connectors right here are screwed through this, and you have to undo it to get it off. So again, shred, that might, maybe, no, those are steel. Sometimes you'll find aluminum or brass risers in there. Alright, so let's see if we can get the rest of the wire out the way. Again, this stuff right here, throw that in the shred. That's a gold end connector. Doesn't weigh much, but you may want that gold, or you may want to send it to board sort for, what did I say? Did it go up to 80 cents a pound?
Yep.
Yeah, so it's gone up to 80 cents a pound. It used to be 25 cents. So, I mean, 20 pounds is getting, it's going to be what, like 18 bucks or something. It's not too awful bad. It's starting to get there where it's worth taking it apart, maybe cutting them off. I mean, I cut all the ends off my wires before I take them to the scrapyard anyway, so it's just a difference of throwing this end over here and that end over there. Just saving it up, you know. So this one is just kind of pressed in there. Oh, it's holding it right there. Okay. I don't have any pliers. I mean, is it really worth me working this hard at it? Probably not. Let's see, it's connected on the other side too. Alright, whatever. So there's normally brass in that plug where the power wire goes in. If you got a shredder, you can get it out. If not, send it on as it is. Alright, so the part of that board that I got off of there, there's 2 kind of like transformers. These little boxes right here should not really have anything in them. I think they're capacitors. So there's that. And then you got the rest of the power board. If you want to take stuff off of them, you can. Now, last time I went to board sort, they would pay you mid-grade for these if it was brown on one side and green on the other. You could get mid-grade. But you see there's an aluminum heat sink. Here's a nice piece of aluminum sheet. You have these little MOSFETs in here which contain gold, silver, and stuff. There's a third one. That's a fourth one. And you've got a little motor or transformer here. So, you know, there's a little bit of stuff in them. We get over here to this. So this is kind of offshoot of the power board, but it helps break your circuits down a little bit and send stuff where it needs to go. It's not a lot to them, but these go as motors. They're transformers. You've got these you can pull the copper off of or throw them in motor, whichever you want. That easy to take them off. You've got some little ICs on the back if you want them. And that's pretty much it on those. So it's not a whole lot, but it's a little bit. And this would be, I think it'd go in the power board category, to be honest with you, but you might could get low grade peripheral out of it. But again, that's not very much money. Then you have the actual board. So this is probably going to be mid-grade peripheral. Take a better look at it and see. Alright, that's free. I'll peel right off. No, that should be high grade peripheral. You have a gold corner BGA on here. As y'all probably know, there's pretty good amount of gold in those. It's packed with components. It's a crystal oscillator on here. You got another 3 decent flat packs. Lots of other stuff. There's going to be gold in that too. So yeah, that might be high grade. Definitely mid, probably high. So I guess I could do a little whatever just to see what you would get for these two boards as high grade. But yeah, that's pretty much it out of there. Your power boards and your big screen, like 50, 60 inch TVs, they've got a big power board in them. If it's one of the plasma TVs. Plasma TVs have a whole lot in them, a whole lot. But there's a whole lot of screws to take apart too. So I know a lot of people just toss things into shred and roll on, and if that's you, go for it. But if you wanted to see what was in them, here's what's in them. And I'll see if I can even get that to weigh out just to get some idea what the price is. So y'all stick around. All right, so this is 0.4. All right, 4 ounces, 4.2 ounces. There we go. So not even a half a pound. So maybe $1 is what they're worth together. But if you're a scrapper, you know small things do add up. So it's up to you if it's worth it to you or not. How you'd like to go about doing that. But that's basically your flat screen TVs and monitors. Remember, if it's a TV, it's normally bigger than a monitor. The boards are bigger. There's more weight in them. They're not super hard. They take a few minutes. A little wire, a little aluminum, you know, a little bit of everything in there. But a lot of people just toss them in shred and roll on because it's not worth their time to take it apart. So again, depends upon the person, depends upon what your ultimate goal is. So y'all decide. If you have any questions, feel free, drop them in the comments, and try to get back to you. See y'all next time.